Time, long ball forward from Turkey is headed back by De Vries. Whistle had gone anyway for offside, and so the Dutch start forward again with Shelton. It's broken for Simons, central position in the Turkish half. Now back to Ake, left of the centre circle in Turkish territory. Shelton plays a straight pass forward to Bergwijn, who's playing in a much more central area than he was against Romania. Seems to have tucked into a more central role, with perhaps Simon playing a little wider. Here is Bergwijn, finds Shelton, forward to Depay, touches it off to Simon, who looked to take a shot. He was tackled back, and I think he's actually kicked the back of the leg of Calhanoglu. He has indeed. He went to put the shot in, and Calhanoglu got across him, and Simon followed through and kicked the Turkish skipper in the back of the Achilles. I think that's a sore one. Calhanoglu back from suspension tonight to take the place of one of his suspended colleagues. There's a number of Turkish players on a yellow card: Gula, Yildiz, Özkan, Ayhan, Selik, Mulder, Günok and Çakir are all on a yellow card. Only 4 Dutchmen on a yellow card, the least of any in the tournament. They are Malen, Shelton, Veerman and Dumfries. We're back underway. Plays out, balls out on the near side for a throw to the Turks, and they throw it back via Mulder to Ayhan. Ayhan finds Akaydin. Akaydin back to Günok. Günok sets his side, moving forward again. Ayhan into the centre circle, not taken in properly though by the Turks, and they lose possession. Bergwijn gives it back to them. Calhanoglu, it's Yildiz actually who lays the ball forward. 2 players go down in a heap. The Turks are appealing that was a foul by Virgil van Dijk, but referee not interested. And here come the Dutch on the break with Gakpo. Gakpo approaching the left edge, tries to steer one in with the outside of his right foot. Half cleared by the Turks, who now try and come away themselves. And they have the ball in their left back position. Play it back to Günok. He lays a ball to his right hand side, and they come out from deep. Ayhan chips a ball to the left hand side. Running forward is Donyell. Donyell, he's reached 35 yards from goal. He's going more sideways than forwards. Touches it off though. Shot comes in, always rising over the bar. Not the best of shots from Salih Özkan. He was falling away from the ball as he went to strike it, overreaching for it. It was always rising. Never caused Verbruggen any concern. Well, I think De Vries and Yildiz, or Yilmaz, were having a bit of a set to after that ball. Another referee might have looked at that a little differently, in which case De Vries would have been in a lot of trouble. Back live, here's Reinders playing it to his right. Bergwijn to his right also. Dumfries to the right of the area. It's got Bergwijn to help him. Bergwijn goes back to Shelton. Shelton 35 yards from goal. Plays it again to the right of the area to Dumfries. Dumfries floats the ball across. I don't know whether he thought the goalkeeper was slightly out of position and went for the far corner, but he just bent it too far and it drifted wide. Ronald Koeman, hands in pockets in the Dutch dugout. Won this championship, of course, in 1988 here in Germany. And here come the Dutch again. Here's Simons trying a shot from distance, floating it over the bar. I think one or two of his colleagues were thinking he should have past that. I think Bergwijn was hopeful of a pass. He'd found some room to the right of the area, but Simons didn't see him, and he hit it more like a rugby conversion than a shot on goal, and as a result it rose and it cleared the bar. Well, the winners of this tie will play on Wednesday night against England. England, who were singularly unimpressive yet again against the Swiss today, but got through on penalties. Here is Simons. That was after a 1-1 draw. Ake to Van Dijk in the centre circle. Van Dijk sweeps it to the far side, the Dutch right, to Dumfries. Dumfries returns it to Van Dijk, who this time just turns it square for Ake. Ake exchanges passes with Simon. Here's Reinders. He's had a good tournament, Tijani Reinders. To Simon. Back to Van Dijk in the centre circle. And now Bergwijn. Dumfries on that right hand side. He had company, so he had to give it back to Bergwijn once more. Bergwijn picks it up again in a little pocket of space. 7 or 8 yards in from the far touchline, the Dutch right. He's faced by Kadiolu, and so retreats once more. Plays a backward pass. Simon now finds Gakpo out wide on this left-hand side. He returns it to Simon. Schouten gets a touch now. Lays it off to his right to De Vries. De Vries back out to that far touchline. Dumfries is trying to stay forward as much as he can, as always. Really like Denzel Dumfries. Exciting player. Here's De Vries. De Vries forward to Depay, who finds Bergwijn, the former Tottenham man, now at Ajax, of course. Here's Depay. Depay tried to take on his man, couldn't get through, but the Dutch already have the ball back. They're monopolising possession. Oh, that's a good ball from Reinders over the top. Can Gakpo get onto it? It's half hooked away. Depay trying to turn on the ball, but the whistle's gone. Whistle's gone for offside. I'm not sure whether that was against Depay or whether it was against Gakpo from the initial movement. Yeah, it was. Gakpo was offside. He actually managed to get the ball over in the direction of Memphis Depay, but the offside flag was up. We've got a Turkish player down just outside his own 6-yard box. So a little stoppage in play coming up. This will be a concern to Vincenzo Montella, the 50-year-old Turkish manager. Only took charge last September. He was a forward in his playing days, so that's why his side's ambitious, you would think, and plays with some flair, certainly when they've got the ball. Montella averaged a goal every other game through that career, playing mostly for Roma and Sampdoria. He was known as Aeroplanino because he was a small man who, whenever he scored, threw his arms out wide so that they were like the wings of a plane. Well, he's got 1 or 2 substitutes warming up. A little bit of concern, but I think the man down is back on his feet again. May well have been Ihan, I think, who got caught up in all of that. No, it wasn't. It's Akaidine, actually, who came into the side tonight, of course, because of the suspension of Demiral. Demiral 2 goals in the last game, but suspended for making the wolf sign, which is viewed as nationalistic and anti-Islamic, and therefore racial in some way. UEFA said that wasn't acceptable and slapped him with a 2-match ban. He was fairly unrepentant about it, at least initially, so it'll be interesting to see whether he produces that again at some point. We're back underway, and that's a good ball out to this near side, the Turkish right, played into the penalty area. Back now to Ihan, who's crept further forward to try and support the attack. Guller's lost the ball though. And the Dutch counter-attack over the halfway line. Here's Gakpo, pass one, pass two, loses his feet. Referee says he just overbalanced, overstretching. I think that's a good call. And Mulder now counter-attacks for the Turks down this near side, their right. He's offering himself on this near touchline. Plays it back to Guller. Guller playing much deeper than perhaps we expected. Now into the centre circle to Calhanoglu. And now Ihan just inside the Dutch half to the right of the centre circle. Finds Guller on this near touchline. A square pass. Guller gets it back. Plays it back to the halfway line. And now Akaidin, who seems to be okay again after his problem in the penalty area. Kadiolu tried to lay the ball forward. It was blocked, but it's back in Turkish possession, just inside their own half. Here's Ihan, just short of the halfway line. Pokes the ball over that halfway line to Özcan. It's back with Ihan once more. Just moves sideways across the pitch. Finds his colleague Akaidin. Now a sweeping pass, which has gone all the way out of play. It was a good idea by Bardacci, but didn't find its intended target. And it's a throw to the Dutch, about 25 yards from their left corner flag. Ake throws it short to Schouten. Schouten's ball inside is half intercepted, but the Dutch are quicker to the ball. And here's Reinders running through the centre circle. He's got a man out to his right. Reinders' ball's a little short. Dumfries did manage to get onto it, but had to retreat and go back to Schouten. Schouten finds Van Dijk, who advances forward. Looks as if he fancied a shot from a very long distance. Instead it's come to Gakpo to the left of the penalty area. Back to Simon on the left edge. Now Gakpo once more. Will he run towards the byline? Well, he tried to do so. He went down, and the referee said he'd fallen over again. So he's not putting up with any antics from Gakpo. The Turks have forced a throw midway inside their own half on this near side. Yeah, there was nothing in that at all. Gakpo tried to go across his man and invite the challenge. I don't think the challenge even came in, and Gakpo went to ground. Don't like that. That's kidology. Shouldn't be happening. Here's Bardacci, who plays the ball out to the left-hand side. It's come back to Akaidin. Guller playing very deep in his own half. Picks it up once more. Midway inside his half, central position. 20 minutes gone here on the Flash Score audio commentary service and the Flash Score app. Turkey 0, the Netherlands 0. There's a long ball forward for the man to chase, and Vilmaz reached it. Vilmaz puts it into the box. Good covering by De Vries, but the Dutch give it away again in their own penalty area. Ake hooks it clear. Not very far though. And a shot comes in from Calhanoglu, which hits a Dutch player and goes behind for a corner. Well, that was scrappy defending from the Dutch. It was Van Dijk that eventually blocked the shot. He got hit in the side of the head for his pains. De Vries saw off the initial danger, but then the Dutch gave the ball away again and allowed Turkey to recycle it. So a corner to Turkey from the right-hand side, and it comes straight into the hands of Verbruggen. Not a good corner. And Verbruggen just pushes his palm down as if to say, let's calm this down a little bit, get ourselves organised again. And he just sets them rolling forward once more. Schouten to Reinders, and now Ake, midway inside his own half, left of centre, finds Schouten short of the centre circle. Jordi Schouten of PSV. Plays it out to the far touchline and Dumfries. Dumfries back to De Vries on halfway. Square pass for Virgil van Dijk, who hits the ball right to left, looking for Gakpo. Well, it went over the head of the defender, but Gakpo only saw it at the last minute, couldn't control it, and it went out for a throw. So right back position for Turkey, and they switched the ball right to left. Kadiolu got onto that one, Ferdi Kadiolu. And now it's in the back line with a Kaidin. Kaidin to Bardacci. Bardacci, centre of his own half. And eventually they go back to Gunok and try and launch another attack, this time down their right-hand side. Gula coming very deep, running across the centre of the pitch. Now Calhanoglu lofts it over the top. That was quite a dangerous one. It was well read by Reinders, who hooked it clear. If that had reached its intended target, Turkey would have been in round the back. Reinders stretched for it really well. Really good defensive work by Tijani Reinders, the AC Milan man, previously from AZ Alkmaar. He was also eligible to play for Indonesia, was Tijani Reinders, but elected instead to play for the men in orange. Here's a Kaidin. Uses his goalkeeper, who can clear long, and that's far too long. It just sails all the way through to Verbruggen at the opposite end. He chests the ball down and finds De Vries. De Vries walking the ball forward in his own half. To his left to Van Dijk. Van Dijk to Reinders, and now Ake picks the ball up to the left of the centre circle, up to the halfway line, and Simons. We haven't seen much of him. We've gone past the halfway mark of this first half. Turkey 0, the Netherlands 0. Here comes Steven Bergwijn. He tries to play a little 1-2 with Schouten, and who did the last touch come off? It came off Bergwijn. Kadiolu did enough, and so it is in fact a goal kick. But that was at least a little bit of ambition in the 1-2. It's been a little bit of a cagey affair so far, as this one. A lot riding on it, of course, a place in the semi-final. Headed forward by Van Dijk. Headed away by Turkey, but not very far. Here's Bergwijn. Tried to lay it through and find Depay on the edge of the box. Turkey cleared it though. And here is Yildiz. Yildiz lays the ball inside. They're over the halfway line now, are Turkey. And they're looking to break forward. They've got it into the penalty area. That's a good spin, and it's forced a corner. Good work by Yilmaz. Baris Yilmaz. Good play that. Got the wrong side of Van Dijk, who did well to get a foot in. Smuggle it behind. Last 3 years with Galatasaray, Yilmaz. And Turkey have a second corner of the half on the right. In it comes. That was a better one. It was headed away from around the 6-yard line. Simons tries to break away, but he hasn't got anybody with him. So decides instead to find De Vries and slow the game down once more. Here is Tijani Reinders. Reinders into the centre circle. Off to his right to De Vries. De Vries was a substitute, an unused substitute for every game at the World Cup in Qatar, and yet he's played every minute of this tournament to clock up his number of caps. And that number of caps has reached 70 tonight for Stefan De Vries. 3 goals for the Inter Milan man in that time. He's on the ball again, just inside the Turkish half. Here's Reinders, who turns to face the Turkish goal. Finds Bergwijn. De Vries has ventured forward some yards into the Turkish half. Schouten. De Vries now retreating back to the halfway line. Maybe he got a nosebleed getting that far forward. Long ball forward from Van Dijk. That's going to be too long. It skips away over the dead ball line for a goal kick. And so it remains goalless here at the Olympic Stadium in Berlin. Ronald Koeman in conversation with his backroom staff as Gunok prepares to take this goal kick, or is he going to leave it? Well, it's played to him, in fact. He now kicks it long, right-footed, over the halfway line. There was a player sprinting forward, that was Mark Mulder. It's broken for Guller. Guller plays it forward to Yilmaz. Yilmaz is wrestled off it, though, by De Vries. Then De Vries pushes Calhanoglu over and gives away a free kick. Cleared the initial danger, but Calhanoglu got across him and De Vries pushed him over. So this is a free kick to Turkey. It's a long way from goal, but they will send some players forward. It's probably only 10 yards in advance of the centre circle, and just to the right. Guller and Calhanoglu over the ball. Guller's left Calhanoglu to it, so he's probably going to drift one in, right-footed, you would think, towards the edge of the area, looking for someone's head. So he's looking for runners here. He's gesticulating quite furiously, so he's obviously wants a certain something. He's drifted the ball in. Well, they did reach it first. It's gone over the bar. I'm not sure if the flag went up, but he drifted in a dangerous ball, and they did reach it first, but couldn't direct it on target. It may well have been Yildiz who reached it, cleared the crossbar. Don't think there was a flag, so that was a chance. It was a good delivery anyway. But here are the Dutch trying to come forward themselves again with Bergwijn. Bergwijn, right wrist, heavily strapped actually. Has had a few injuries this season, during the domestic season for Ajax. A very difficult one for the men from Amsterdam, in fact. Cody Gakpo, inside to Reinders, who doesn't control it properly, and the Turks have nicked it. Here is Guller. He's got Yilmaz running forward outside him. Yilmaz tries to get the wrong side of Van Dijk, and he might still do so. Tussling with Van Dijk in the penalty area. Lays it back to Guller on the edge. Guller tried to drift it into the area. It was blocked. Simons tries to run it clear. The referee's whistle's gone. Well, that's a yellow card for somebody. It's a yellow card for Xavi Simons for his challenge. Well. So Simons is in the book. Oh yes, he stood on the back of the ankle of Mulder. That was a real tussle just prior to that between Yilmaz and Van Dijk. A real scrap. Although Yilmaz did have a handful of Van Dijk's shirt for a considerable period. And then Van Dijk returned the compliment. Two big, powerful men battling away on that. Well, I think the man that Xavi Simons fouled is still having some treatment. He is indeed, it is Mulder. He's got to his feet now. Simons in the book then, first booking of the game. He's not one of those on a yellow card, so he wouldn't miss the semi-final. But he has to be careful now because he's got an hour of this game to play. Free kick, about 12 yards outside the penalty area, almost level with the right edge. Going to be drifted in by Calhanoglu. Drifts in another one, that's too close to the goalkeeper, fisted away by Verbruggen. Turkey can put the ball back in the area though. Oh, they drifted a ball out to the far side. It wasn't well controlled by Ihan. He's managed to flick it off the pitch before it went out for a goal kick. So I think it will be a throw down by the corner flag. Well, Vincenzo Montella won't be too discouraged with what he's seen so far. He's prevented the Dutch from getting up any head of steam and building on any confidence they may have got from their routing of Romania. in the last 16. Yilmaz contesting another ball. Guller went to try and drift one over the top of Bart Verbruggen. It was always curling wide. That's great vision though. Saw that Verbruggen was able to be chipped and tried for the far corner. Didn't quite happen. 32 minutes played. Still goalless. Here's Memphis Depay breaking forward though, just outside the penalty area. Defender stands him up well, tries to shrug him off. That was a Kaidin, I think. And Turkey are back in possession. They've drifted a ball from left to right. Here's Guller picking it up. 10 yards in from this near touchline, the Turkish right. Lays it out wider. Can Mulder get the ball across? Runs into Ake. Now has his back to goal. Ake trying to make him run out of pitch, but he's played it off the Manchester City man for another corner to Turkey. Well, Turkey have had the set-piece opportunities in this half. I think that's 3 corners now, and at least a couple of free kicks. Another corner from the right. Forward come the big men from the back. In comes the corner. Dangerous one, headed away. Picked up on the far side by Yildiz. Yildiz tries a shot, clears the bar. I think he should have put that one back in the mix myself. Instead he went for power, and it just flew wide of the far post. But Turkey are probably having slightly the better of this with 33.5 minutes played. Yet another tight quarter-final. Spain won theirs in extra time, of course. France and England got through on penalties. Here come Turkey again, to the left of the penalty area. Played back to Bardacci. Bardacci faced by Schouten. Finds Yilmaz, back to Bardacci. Bardacci switches the angle of attack. Ball laid through by Ayhan. Oh, nearly broke. Ball's gone out of play. The Turks are appealing for a corner, and they've been given a corner. Well, Dumfries let it go out of play, so that's an error on his part. And Turkey have a 4th corner. Their fans responding excitedly, jumping up and down in the stands. Away to our left. And this is a corner from the left-hand side this time, as opposed to the previous 3, which have been from the right. It's going to be an in-swinger. In it comes. It's headed out to the edge of the area. Here's Guller. Arta Guller drifts it back in. Dangerous and headed into the net. A Kaidin has put Turkey in front, and that's been coming. The Dutch defence went completely AWOL, having cleared the initial corner. When it was played back across, they made absolutely no mistake. Samet Al-Kaidin has put the ball in the back of the net, planted his header in from just a few yards out, and Turkey have drawn first blood here in the Olympic Stadium in Berlin. Netherlands 0, Turkey 1 in the 36th minute. Vincenzo Montella is pretty impassive about it. The Dutch cleared the initial corner, but Guller's ball back in was delicious, and there were 3 queuing up at the far stick, and a Kaidin got in first and planted his header back across the goal and into the far corner. It kissed the crossbar on the way in, but Turkey lead, and deservedly so. Can the Dutch respond? Well, any momentum they carried from that 3-0 win over Romania has been well and truly quelled, and they appear to be back to square one. Here's Virgil van Dijk playing the ball out to the far side, and Dumfries forward to Depay, cleared from down near the corner flag by Bardacci, and Yilmaz can run forward again. He's got a man out to his left and he uses him. That is Yildiz and Yilmaz combining together. It's back with the goal scorer, Akaidine. Finds Ihan. Square pass from him to Bardacci. Out to that far side. And Kadiolu back to Akaidine, short of the centre circle. And they have it in the left back position. Kalhanoglu came to fetch it. Found his man again, who was Kadioglu. And they now drift the ball from left to right, kept in on this near touchline by Mulder, who appears to be none the worse for Simons' challenge earlier on. Here's Akaidine once more to the right of the centre circle in his own half. Again to this near touchline. Mulder gets a touch. Guller, whose cross created the goal. Beautiful cross that it was from Arda Guller. It's now played all the way back to Gunnock. Guller, of course, broke into the Real Madrid side this season. 6 goals in 10 appearances. Viewed as something of a wonder kid, the 19-year-old. Just his 12th cap tonight. Here's Van Dijk finding De Vries. I think we said at the top of the show that the Dutch have kept 8 clean sheets in their last 11. Well, they won't get one tonight. Not now. Here's Van Dijk to his right and De Vries. De Vries just walks the ball forward. Plenty of time for the Dutch. They don't need to panic, but they do trail. As things stand, England will play Turkey on Wednesday in the semi-final. Then Ake on the halfway line. Finds Van Dijk in the centre circle. Van Dijk tried to play a little ball between the lines to Simon, but Ozcan was in the way. Here is Kadioglu running the ball forward again. Stops midway inside the Dutch half. And the Turks retreat to Akaidine. Well, brought into the side tonight for the suspended Demiral. And he takes over the role of goal-scoring duties from his centre-back fellow countryman. Ball back with Gunnock in the Turkish goal. He's in full tracksuit bottoms tonight, is Gunnock. Oh, that's not a very good clearance though. Here's Depay. Depay finds Gakpo. I'm surprised the flag didn't go up. Schouten gets in on a challenge. Ball breaks to this far side, and now the flag does go up. Well, there were a few heavy challenges put in as a result of that flag not going up. Somebody could have got hurt there. Gakpo was definitely offside. We could tell that with the naked eye in fast motion. But assistants these days so often told to keep their flag down. Well, Wout Weghorst is out warming up. The man back with Burnley. Interesting to see where he starts his next season. But he's warming up, taking on some energy food. Be surprised if we see him before half-time, because there's only 5 minutes to play. Here's Kalhanoglu on halfway, finding Guller. Now to this far touchline. Kadioglu running forward, goes down under challenge. Referee doesn't see anything untoward, says play on. Guller picks up the ball midway inside the Dutch half, retreats back towards the sanctity of the centre circle. Akaidine to his centre-back partner. It's played forward, looking for Yilmaz. In slides Dumfries. Gets the ball back to his goalkeeper. It could have been another very hairy moment for the Dutch defence. Here is Ake to Van Dijk. And now Schouten, short of the centre circle, to Reinders, almost on the centre spot. Ake's loped into the Turkish half on this near side. That's a good ball between the lines, but Simon is again snuffed out. They're very keen not to let him have any room on the ball, the playmaker. He's got it now though, and laid it to his right to Bergwijn. Bergwijn 35 yards out, skips round one challenge, tries a shot, sends it rising over the bar. That was a little bit desperate from Bergwijn, really. Was never likely to trouble Gunnock from there, especially falling away from the ball as he was. But just seeing pictures again of that challenge by Dumfries on Yilmaz. Did well to get it back to his goalkeeper. Yilmaz was been a real nuisance to the Dutch defence in this first half. As I say, 3 years with Galatasaray. Mulder hooks the ball forward, only onto the chest of Van Dijk. And now Reinders. Dumfries to De Vries. And De Vries finds Reinders short of the centre circle. He moves left and finds Ake on halfway. Ake slows the game down once more, with the Dutch trailing 1-0 with 2.5 minutes of the first half remaining. Bergwijn out to the far touchline and Dumfries back to Bergwijn, 35 yards from goal. Exchanges passes with Schouten. Schouten now finds De Vries, and now Ake just forward of the centre circle. Strides forward a few yards, finds Reinders. Good burst from Reinders, gets it out to the far side. Dumfries, under pressure from Kadiolu, has to go backwards. De Vries finds Schouten. Reinders once more. Dumfries on that far touchline, just short of the penalty area. Again, the Dutch have to retreat. Turkey holding their shape well. Here's Gakpo. Gakpo tries to drift the ball in, hits the back of one of the Turkish defenders, and ricochets helpfully through to goalkeeper Gunnock. It hit Güler, in fact, and Gunnock reacted quickly to come out and catch. Well, Ronald Koeman must have thought he was going to get more from this Dutch side in the first half after their convincing win over Romania, but they've been sadly off colour so far. Dumfries tried to make ground down the right hand side. Kadiolu slid in, got it out for a throw. They've got plenty of energy, the Turks. They get around the pitch and they've got something to hold on to. Here's Simon, though, finds Gakpo. Can he get inside on his right foot? Tried to play it infield. It was cut out and Turkey managed to clear. De Vries in the centre circle finds Schouten. Schouten to Van Dijk. Van Dijk rolls the ball towards the far side. Bergwijn's got plenty of room there. Wants to take his man on. Can he get a ball in from the right? No, it's blocked again. Blocked again by Bardacci. And Bardacci's now been fouled by Bergwijn, and that'll be a free kick. Turkey have defended really, really well. They've hardly given the Dutch a sniff of goal in this first half. I think that free kick, though, was a bit soft, looking at it again on the replay. 2 minutes of stoppage time at the end of the half have been signalled. Netherlands 0, Turkey 1. Samet Akaydin's goal in the 36th minute. Long ball forward from the free kick. Dumfries picks it up, tries to venture down the right hand side. Sliding challenge. Dumfries goes down, clutching his leg. I think the referee's given a free kick against Calhanoglu, who nods in the direction of the referee as if to say, yes, okay, that wasn't quite within the rules. Here's Ake finding Simon. Simon again is forced to retreat, though. I'm wondering if that early booking has put Simon in his shell a little bit. Doesn't seem to have expressed himself much in this half. Not that Turkey have really allowed him to. Back to Schouten on halfway. Schouten square for Van Dijk. Time for one last attack, perhaps. Reinders out to the far side and Dumfries. Back to De Vries. They're going to have to be quick if they want to do something now. 30 seconds of stoppage time left in the half. Ake on this near side, the Dutch left. Again, he's forced to retreat by Yilmaz. Manages to find Depay, but Depay tried to return it to Ake and it was intercepted. And so the Turks have it just short of the halfway line, and they've won a throw, and that should be it for the first half, I would think. Has the half-time whistle gone? Perhaps not quite yet. It will go pretty soon though, I think. In fact, it now has gone. So we've reached half-time at the Olympic Stadium in Berlin, and Turkey lead, and they're good value for that lead as well. A half-cleared corner on 36 minutes. Came back out to Arda Güler, and the Real Madrid youngster curled a delicious ball to the far post, where three were queuing up, and it was Samet Akaydin into the side tonight because of suspensions to others, who planted his header beyond Verbruggen to give Turkey a priceless lead. Turkey are heading for a meeting with England as we stand. Netherlands 0, Turkey 1. Join us. And they've thrown on Wout Weghorst at half-time, who's so often turned out to be their rescuer. He's come on to join the second half, which is now underway. A ball played into the Dutch half. The Dutch now kicking from left to right in this second half. They've got a throw on this near side, the Dutch right, which is going to be taken by Denzel Dumfries, who's thrown the ball forward. It would appear to be Steven Bergwijn, I think, that's gone off for Wout Weghorst. I'll confirm that for you as soon as we're able. In the meantime, a throw to the Turks on this near side, to be taken by Kadioglu. He's stolen about 7 yards, thrown it over the head of Yilmaz, and back into Dutch possession to Virgil van Dijk, who gets that loping stride into effect. Plays it almost up to the halfway line, and Eke returns it to Van Dijk, who finds his other central defensive partner, De Vries. Ball over the top, looking for Depay. Depay did get a head on it, I think. And I think it's deflected off a Turkish head. It's deflected off Ayhan and gone behind for a corner to the Dutch. So perhaps a staging post for the Dutch to launch something at the start of this second half. It would indeed appear to be Bergwijn who's gone off. Corner's played to the far post, and Eke, he heads it back across the goal, but that allows Turkey to break clear. Here's Kadioglu breaking over the halfway line. He's got Güler running ahead of him. Yilmaz is coming to support as well. He's done well to hold on to that. Kadioglu shrugs off a challenge. Now plays it to Güler, and Güler wasn't ready. Güler wanted it earlier and remonstrates with his teammate. It's gone out for a goal kick. Kadioglu of course, playing against the country of his birth, born in the Netherlands, and he represented them until under 21 level. His mother is Dutch-Canadian, but his father is Turkish, and in the end he decided to play for the country of his father's paternal roots, and so that's why he's in white tonight rather than orange. Here's Denzel Dumfries on this near side, the Dutch right. Laid it forward looking for Simon, who seems to have moved into a more forward area following the withdrawal of Steven Bergwijn, who, as he did in the last 16 game, has been withdrawn at half-time. Not entirely surprising, because the Dutch needed to change something, because their game was going nowhere. Here's Tijani Reinders, just forward of the centre circle. Square pass to Nathan Ake. He can't see a pass forward, so returns the ball to Reinders. Ake again. Now Depay tries to turn away from his man. I thought he pushed Ozcan over, but the referee didn't agree. But now Depay has fouled another of the Turks over the far side. That's a free kick to Turkey. Turkey looking to make their first semi-final in this tournament since 2008, when they lost to Germany. Got through the quarter-final that year when they beat the Czech Republic, I think, no, in fact Croatia, who they beat in the last 8. Here is Gula on the halfway line, sweeping it from right to left. It's not a great ball, and Kadiolu can't keep it in on this near side, so it's out for a throw to the Dutch. A little over-ambitious, that ball from Gula. Somewhat unnecessary too, I would have said. Here is Schouten to the right of the centre circle in his own half. Dumfries trying to get forward, but hasn't got forward as much as he did in the last 16 game. Weghorst tries to put the ball in from the right, hits the heels of the defender and goes out for a throw. Almost level with the 18-yard line. Thrown into the feet of Simon. Back to the thrower, Dumfries. Now Schouten, Reinders, 35 yards out, finds Ake. Ake in for Weghorst, who heads it back across goal, and Depay can't get a touch. My goodness, I'm not quite sure how Depay didn't get a touch on that, and if he had done, it would have been 1-1. Well, Weghorst, I think Weghorst is just onside. Heads it back across, looking for Depay. Maybe Samet Akaydin did just enough to put Depay off, but that will give the Dutch some heart. 6 minutes into the second half, Netherlands 0, Turkey 1. Turkey, as it stands, heading for a semi-final against England on Wednesday. But the Dutch with plenty of time to do something about that. Here is Virgil van Dijk of Liverpool, poking a ball forward to Reinders in the centre circle. Tijani Reinders off to his right, and De Vries to this near touchline, and Dumfries midway inside the Turkish half. They've gone back to a central position, and Reinders sends it left to Ake. Ake forward to Gakpo. We've not really seen much of Gakpo in this game. Scored goals in this tournament, of course, but they haven't allowed him to come inside on his right foot as yet. The Turks, they've done a good job on him. Here is De Vries. De Vries rolling a ball to his left to Reinders. Reinders, a diagonal pass, finds Ake. That's in from Gakpo, headed away from the centre of the area by Kadiolu. Good backtracking by the wing back. They're virtually playing in a back five now, the Turks, being pushed further back. Simon to a central position, and Schouten Shelton back to De Vries, 10 yards inside the Turkish half. And 10 yards in from this near touchline, the Dutch right. Back into the centre circle. And Van Dijk. Depay wriggles clear. Finds Weghorst. Weghorst tried to find Gakpo on the far side. Hooked away by a Turkish foot over the far sideline for a throw. Taken by Ake to Reinders. Returns it to Ake. He thought about the cross, but instead found Gakpo. He did put the cross in. It's gone right the way over. I'm not sure anybody got a touch at all. Weghorst says it came off a Turkish head. The referee doesn't want to know. Let's have another look. Well, Weghorst went up for it. Well, it did come off a Turkish head. He's absolutely right. It came off a Kaidin, and that should be a corner. Well, it should have been a corner, but it isn't. It's a goal kick. So I'm afraid the assistant was asleep for that one. Although I must admit I didn't see it in fast motion either. Headed on by Yilmaz. Trying to break forward. Turkish player goes down. This could be trouble. This is a yellow card. A yellow card for Nathan Ake. So he's in the book. And that could have been very dangerous. I think the fact that Van Dijk was with him rescued him from a worse, or another defender, De Vries was with him, rescued him from worse punishment as he sent Güler sprawling. Güler was threatening to break between the pair. So it's a free kick to Turkey. It's probably 25, 27 yards out. 26 apparently. And it's almost level with the right edge of the D as Turkey look. So it looks like a job for a left footer. Güler looks interested. Calhanoglu also looks interested. So it's either Calhanoglu's right foot or Güller's left. Which is it to be? Referee blows his whistle. We're about to find out. It's Güler who drives it through the wall, parried away by Verbruggen. It's a really good save. It's a great shot from Güler and it's sneaking in at the far post. He bent it round the wall and it was sneaking in. Well, he got a touch onto the post. I thought it was a corner. I think that's another goal kick been given instead of a corner. I think Verbruggen saved that. The referee said it brushed the post and went behind. Either way, it was a delicious shot from Güler. Here's Gakpo at the other end, though, trying to cross the ball in. I think the last touch has come off him. Yes, indeed, it's come off the Liverpool man. It's behind for a goal kick. That's good defending again by Turkey. Well, Güller's shot does strike the post, but I think Verbruggen gets a touch. Because I think if he doesn't, that's in. So I'm still going to say that the Brighton goalkeeper pulled off a really good save. Turkey clear their lines from inside their own half, over the halfway line. Van Dijk wins the header ahead of Yilmaz. Turkey are back in possession though. Calhanoglu, he's given it away though. Here's Depay. Depay racing forward, tries the shot. And Gunek falls forward and just pouches it. I thought Calhanoglu was going to get a free kick for a foul. Referee let it go. He's tried to let the game flow as Clement Turpin. Jordi Shelton is in the meantime down and needing some attention. Holding his left knee is Shelton. I think a lot of people thought that his PSV teammate Joey Veerman would be the one alongside Tijani Reinders for most of this tournament. But Shelton seems to have seen his teammate off in claiming one of those spots in defensive midfield. Had a really good season at PSV alongside Veerman. Joined PSV in the summer after over 100 games for Bologna. This is only his 11th cap, but he's down and needing treatment. So it's a chance for everybody to draw breath. 12, nearly 13 minutes into the second half, with Turkey still leading by a goal to nil. The introduction of Wout Weghorst doesn't seem to have done an awful lot. There's only been 14 previous matches between these sides. The Netherlands have won 6 and Turkey have won 4, with 4 draws. As I think I said at the top of the show, the two sides are in the same group for the World Cup qualifiers for 2022. And their now retired striker, Burak Yilmaz, scored a hat-trick in the 4-2 win in Istanbul. And then Depay scored a hat-trick in a 6-1 win in the reverse fixture. So the last 2 matches between these sides have produced 13 goals. But here, as we approach the hour mark, we've only had 1. But it's a precious one for Turkey, because at the moment it's sending them to the semi-final. We're back underway. Shelton will need the referee's permission to re-enter the field. He's got that. And we're back playing again with Bardacci out to the far side, headed forward by Ayhan. And now hooked away by Turkey. The temptation for them, I guess, will be to get deeper and deeper as they try and defend this lead. Yilmaz competes with Ake. Yilmaz is penalised. And the Dutch are given a free kick, which they've taken quickly. De Vries to this near side, the Dutch right. Dumfries, 10 yards inside the Turkish half. Just sends it back to De Vries. Mulder forward, loose one, picked up by Reinders. Reinders finds De Vries. Reinders once more to Ake, loping forward in his pink boots. Now Depay plays it towards the edge of the area. Well, that looked like a tackle from behind, but Simons gets nothing for it. The Dutch have won the ball back though with Ake. Here's Gakpo to the left of the area, lofts it across the box. There's too much on that, and it's out for a goal kick. Dumfries, who was closing in at the far post, doesn't look very happy with his teammate. Gakpo puts a sort of hand half up in apology. Knows that wasn't one of his best. We've ticked past the hour mark. Netherlands 0, Turkey 1. Both sides have only had 1 shot on target in the game. The difference is Turkey's was a goal, and the Dutch shot was weak and straight at Gunnock, and that's why the Turks lead. They play the ball over the halfway line, but Güler is beaten to it by Shelton. Now De Vries venturing into the Turkish half, finds Shelton on this near side, the Dutch right. De Vries just forward of the centre circle to Reinders. Reinders exchanges passes with Ake. Ake now to Shelton. Reinders once more comes to his right, and De Vries 40 yards from goal. Turkey with everyone, I think, behind the ball now, closing up the gaps, not wanting the Dutch to play between the lines. Van Dijk ventures further forward, plays it out to the left to Gakpo. Gakpo will run at Mulder. Mulder slides in. Gakpo holds on to the ball, but he needs help. Plays it back to Nathan Ake. Ake, confronted by Yilmaz, finds Van Dijk. Reinders, De Vries, but they're being harassed all the way back to the halfway line by the Turks. The Turks doing enough pressing of the ball to not allow the Dutch any time. Here's Dumfries, again faced by Kadiolu, and so again the Dutch retreat to the centre circle and to Van Dijk. Finds Reinders. Reinders flicks it off to his right to De Vries. He returns it left to Van Dijk. What will Van Dijk do this time? He goes further left to Ake. Ake out to the far touchline. Good touch on by Gakpo, who exchanges passes with Depay. It's come back to Depay now, who shoots. Deflected. It's come to the far side of the area. De Vries gets it back across, and Gunnock falls on the ball. Some threat there from the Dutch. Good link-up play between Depay and Gakpo. The initial cross into the box hit the back of Simon's heels, but Depay's shot was blocked, and when De Vries tried to put it back across the area, Gunuk was in the way. And speaking of Gunuk, he now clears over the halfway line. Headed back into Turkish territory. Here's Reinders. Reinders wanted to play it out left to Gakpo. Again, Turkey got a tackle in. Yilmaz running against Van Dijk, who sends him sprawling over on the far touchline, and that's going to earn a booking for Virgil van Dijk, the latest man into the book. Well, that's his first yellow card of the tournament, so he's not in danger of missing the semi-final. But the Dutch as a whole are in danger of missing the semi-final because they still trail 1-0. And I've got to say that Yilmaz has given the Dutch back four all the trouble they would want. He's a massive physical presence, is Yilmaz, and he's caused them trouble because he's pretty mobile for a big man as well. Calhanoglu can put the free kick in from right on the far touchline, the Turkish left. He's going to swing this one in, right-footed. It's about 23 yards from the corner flag and about a yard in from the touchline. Referee having a word with one or two in the penalty area. Seen a little bit of jiggery-pokery that he wants to snuff out. In comes the free kick, cleared to the edge of the area. Shot comes in, Verbruggen spills it. They tried to follow up the Turks. The ball's gone out for a corner kick. I think Ayhan wants a penalty. He's gone sprawling. It was a fizzing shot from the edge. When it came back out, it was hooked away by De Vries. Verbruggen got down with the right hand, but he couldn't hold it. Came back out. And it's actually Weghorst who hooks the ball away as Ayhan closed in. But Weghorst got a foot on the ball first before Ayhan went sprawling, so it is just a corner. But a moment of drama in the Dutch box. If the Turks were to get a second goal now, you'd think that might be over. In comes the corner from the right. It's played back to the edge of the area. Calhanoglu back to the corner taker, who runs towards the byline, tries to drift one across. It's up in the air, it breaks to the edge once more, but the referee's whistle's gone for a foul. Not sure they made the most of that, the Turks. But they still lead 1-0, and there's 24.5 minutes plus stoppage time left in the Olympic Stadium in Berlin for the Dutch to turn this around. I think the Dutch would have been favourites before a ball was kicked. Here is Schouten, just inside Turkish territory, into the centre circle, and Van Dijk. Van Dijk to Ake. Ake, Premier League winner with Manchester City, of course, but will want further silverware from this tournament. De Vries has to turn back, find Van Dijk in the centre circle. Verbruggen's come a long way out of his goal to field the ball. Simons is urging his goalkeeper to get on with it. Still trying to drift around Simons and find pockets of space, but he's not been in this game as much as he would want to be. Depay gets on the ball, finds Dumfries on this far, near touchline, the Dutch right. Back to Schouten. Schouten moves into a central position, 35 yards from goal, pokes it through to Depay, who tried to find Weghorst, but the pass was cut out. Kadiolu was chasing forward, but Dumfries got back, did his defensive duties, and won the ball back for the Dutch. This could well turn into a game of attack against defence for the rest of this match, you fear. Here come the Dutch once more with Simon out to Gakpo, who's level with the edge of the 18-yard area. Again, he's not allowed inside onto his right foot. Finds Reinders. Reinders ball forward onto the head of Kadiolu. It's retrieved down by the corner flag by Dumfries. He's forced to play it back, and that's a misplaced pass. And Yilmaz will try and run it forward. and he wins a foul. Does brilliantly for his team. He's had a barnstorming game, Yilmaz. He's done a lot of what we might call dirty work. Holding the ball up, giving his side an outlet to take the pressure off, being physical, giving the Dutch defenders a whole heap of problems. Both Ake and Van Dijk have found themselves in the book, bringing him down. That gives you an indication of the handful that he's been. Free kick to the Turks. Played long, played far too long, sails through to the arms of Verbruggen. We're past the three-quarter mark of the game. 68 and a half minutes. Netherlands 0, Turkey 1. Turkey heading for a semi-final with England. Jerdy Schouten off to his right, and De Vries further right to Dumfries, just in from this right-hand touchline. Back into the centre circle, and Van Dijk, and now Ake. Depay is coming deeper and deeper for the ball. He took the ball off Ake and then had to retreat into his own half. He's now returned it to Ake on the far touchline. He played it further down the line. Gakpo got onto it, backheeled it through one defender's legs, got it into a central position for Simon. Simon floats it into the box. Tempted bicycle kick, half a head clear, out to the edge of the area, and Simon to Reinders, and now Depay on the edge of the area. Drifts one across, might come for Weghorst. He's put it in the side netting. He says it came off the goalkeeper, and he's appealing for a corner. Well, it did come off the goalkeeper. I don't think Gunnock could tell whether it was going in or not, and he didn't take any chances. I think it was probably going wide anyway, but he didn't know that. Weghorst hands to head. Knows that was close. Perhaps the Dutch are beginning to knock on the door. Corner taken short to Schouten. Back to the corner taker, Depay. Good cross. Header! 1-1! There it is! I said it might be coming, and it's arrived! Stefan de Vries has planted his header wide of Gunnock, and this quarter-final is back in the balance in the Olympic Stadium in Berlin. Netherlands 1, Turkey 1, 70 minutes played. Stefan de Vries, only his fourth goal for his country on the day of his 70th cap, and he has put this tie back in the balance once more. And you just had the feeling that that goal was coming. It was played back to the corner taker, and Depay's cross was a good one. De Vries had found a space in the area, and he planted it beyond Gunnock's left hand. He just couldn't get back, and the Dutch are level. So now we're 19 minutes plus stoppage time from extra time. And that seems to have been the way of it in most of these quarterfinals at the Euros. In fact, all of them have gone to extra time, so this could be the fourth of four. A Dutch player is sent sprawling. That's Wout Weghorst. He appealed for a free kick. Nothing doing, said the referee. Calhanoglu's now gone down, tripped by Schouten. In fact, it's Ozcan that's been sent spinning to the floor. Schouten's on a booking, so he wants to be a little bit careful. If he gets booked again, he will miss the semi-final. Ozcan gets gingerly to his feet, but I think he's going to be okay. The 26-year-old, 22nd cap tonight, plays for Borussia Dortmund, so he's had a great season. Played for Germany at international level up to the under-21s before switching allegiance to Turkey. So a free kick about midway inside the Dutch half, but 10 yards or so in from the far touchline. Güler drifts it in to the edge of the box. Well, referee's whistle has gone for a foul. So that will be a free kick to the Dutch just outside the penalty area. Netherlands 1, Turkey 1. Two defenders have scored the goals. Ake and Reinders have been withdrawn. Joey Veerman is coming on to join Jordy Schouten. Ake is giving way to Mickey van der Ven, which is a substitution we've seen in almost every game in this tournament. So Mickey van der Ven is on for his 9th cap, the Tottenham man. Didn't make it beyond the provisional squad for the 2022 World Cup, so this is his first major finals. Debuted for the international side for the first time last year. Simons from the free kick. Played back to De Vries, the scorer of the equaliser. And he finds his goalkeeper. Now Virgil van Dijk lays a short pass off to Joey Veerman, who gets his first touch of the game. With Schouten to this near touchline and Dumfries. Back to Schouten just forward of halfway. De Vries to Van Dijk in the centre circle. Swept towards the left but intercepted by the Turks. But they can't keep hold of the ball now. They played it up to the halfway line and Mickey van der Ven was onto it. Here's Veerman finding Gakpo on the far side. Gakpo faced by Mulder, plays it down the line. Depay could be in here, runs towards the byline. Challenge comes in. It's gone behind for a corner. But you just feel that the Turks are rocking and that the Dutch are finally coming to the party again in this game. It was a crucial touch by Ozcan because Depay was threatening to run through all the way. But the big men come forward again for the Dutch, who scored from their last corner. That was from the right, this is from the left. Again it's played short to the edge of the area now, and Veerman, who shot his charge down, goes back to Schouten in the centre circle. Schouten pokes it forward to Weghorst. Weghorst to Dumfries. Here's Schouten once more. Simon in central position, centre of the Turkish half. Just off to his left, Joey Veerman, and now Cody Gakpo running at Mulder. Plays it inside. Simon floats it across the box, just over the head of Weghorst. Kadiolu cleared it as Dumfries looked to close in. Dutch come again though. Here's Dumfries putting it across. Dangerous ball, and it's in. It's gone in. The Dutch have completed the turnaround, and the last touch is for Cody Gakpo, who scores yet again in this tournament. He really has been the golden boy of this tournament for the Dutch. 5 minutes ago they were going out, and now they're heading for a semi-final against England on Wednesday. Netherlands 2, Turkey 1. Cody Gakpo gestures to the Dutch fans and says, "Give me more." Well, the Turks just didn't deal with that ball into the box at all. And some of their players now are head in shirts on the in the dugout. They never quite cleared this ball. Schouten got it to Weghorst. Simon's ball found Dumfries. It's a brilliant cross. And while the Turks hesitated, Gakpo closed in at the far post. It's not the cleanest of connections, it has to be said. Not at all. In fact, I think it's an own goal. I don't think it's come off Gakpo at all. I think it's an own goal. Ozcan's gone off to be replaced by, and so has Yildiz. Yakoslu has come on, and Aktakolu is also on. Yakoslu of West Brom, of course, and Aktakolu is on as well. But I think that's an own goal. I don't think that will go down to Cody Gakpo. I don't think he's touched it at all. An own goal at the far post. Well, it's been given to Gakpo, but I'm pretty sure that the dubious goals committee will look at that, because I don't think he got a touch at all. Here's Kadiolu. All of a sudden, the Turks have got to play differently. Here they come. Down the right-hand side, ball into the box. Nobody attacked it. And therefore it came to nothing. Held on to by Bart Verbruggen. It was Mulder's ball in. Well. 5 minutes ago the Dutch were going, or 10 minutes ago the Dutch were going nowhere in this game. They got up a little head of steam, forced an equaliser from a corner, and now they've stolen in front. Well, we did say that the Turks concede goals, and they found ways to concede them again. The Netherlands lead 2-1, and they may not be done yet. They're marauding forward again. Well, Akaidine slides across to clear. He's collected by a Dutch player, and he's writhing in agony on the floor. Oh dear me, that was Mickey van der Ven. Well, I don't know whether VAR will look at that, but in the meantime, I think that's an own goal by Mulder. I really do. I don't think Gakpo gets anything on this ball at all. I didn't think it was a clean connection because of the way it went in. I don't think there's any touch from Gakpo at all. I think it's an own goal by Mulder. The Dutch won't care. What they'll care about is they lead 2-1. Ronald Koeman celebrates jubilantly. But Mickey van der Ven's challenge, I'd be looking at that if I was VAR, because I didn't like it very much. And I think it's ended Akaidine's night, because he is still on the floor and the bench have signalled that he has to come off, and he is in tears. Well, the man whose goal put Turkey ahead in that first half, he was in ecstasy then, but he's in agony now. Well, I think VAR should be looking at that. I really do. I really do. I don't think that's a great challenge at all. And I'm not sure that Vincenzo Montella's that happy with it either. I think VAR should have looked at that. As it is, it's going to need to be a substitution. Another Turkish player getting stripped off, getting ready to enter the action. Vincenzo Montella telling them to get on the pitch urgently. I don't know whether they're going to need help to help Akaidine off the field, because he's still on the ground and the stretcher has been summoned. Well, this is a sad sight for a man who thought he'd sent Turkey to the semi-final not that long ago. Now they're trailing, and his hopes of being able to help them have been ended. Well, they're going to send Cenk Tosun on, the former Everton man. He looks like he's going to enter the fray. They're making another substitution as well. Looks like Zeki Çelik is going to come on in place of his stricken defensive colleague. And it looks like Mulder is going to come off to allow Tosun to enter the fray. But Çelik is on. Mulder is indeed off. And Cenk Tosun, formerly of Everton, takes to the field to see what he can do. Started his career at Eintracht, most recently though at Besiktas in Turkey. Can he make a difference, the big man, up with Yilmaz? We've just got 8 minutes left. There'll be more than that now because of that long stoppage. But the clock currently is not Turkey's friend. Can they do anything? Calhanoglu gets it out to the far side. Here's Yilmaz, faced by Gakpo. Gakpo slides in, makes a challenge, keeps the ball as well. We're going to see lots of Dutch counter-attack in these closing minutes, you would think, as Turkey throw players forward. The Dutch pick it up again, play it back to Dumfries, and he gives it back to Verbruggen. Well, the incident earlier on where Verbruggen made the save from the shot through the crowd, and Weghorst hooked it away from Ihan as he closed in. That could be a precious intervention now, because that would have been 2-0. And the Turks would have been away and clear. Now they trail 2-1. Here's Dumfries on this near side, the Dutch right. Played it forward looking for Weghorst. Turkey intercepted that. Çalhanoğlu, the Turkish captain, looking to inspire his side. A touch for Yokozlu. Lost the championship playoff final, of course, or semi-final, with West Brom. Ball into the box, header comes in from Tossen. It's wide of goal, but at least he's got himself involved in the action. He got there ahead of De Vries, but he couldn't direct the header on target. But they want to get some more balls in the box to the big man in the time that's left. And the time that's left is ticking away, just over 6 minutes plus stoppage time. One would imagine there'll be at least 5 or 6 minutes of that, so there could be 12 minutes left here, you would think. Goal kick. Verbruggen kicks long over the halfway line towards Depay. Depay is penalised for his challenge, so that's a free kick to Turkey, just short of the halfway line, right at the centre circle. They take it quickly. They know they have to get moving now, and they maraud forward. And they've played it to the left, played across the box. Will it cut? Oh, it's cleared away off the line, or from near the line. Shot from the right of the area, played back in. It's come all the way through. Here's another chance, another block. Behind for a corner. De Vries threw himself in the direction of that. Got it behind for a corner. That was a chance for Aktakolu, who's not long been on the pitch. Here comes the corner from the right. Swung in. Up goes Yilmaz. Comes through to Schouten, who hooks the ball away. Simon gives chase. Çalhanoğlu. I think Simon has handled that. He has. Referee spotted it. He protests, but the referee was right. Çalhanoğlu to Aktakolu, just inside the Dutch half. Back to Çalhanoğlu. Yilmaz now, 35 yards out. They have to recycle it. Bardacci latches onto the ball, plays it to this near touchline, swung into the area again looking for Tossen, but Van Dijk is in the way. Bardacci tries to get the ball back in there, and the Real Madrid youngster curled a delicious ball to the far post where three were queuing up, and it was Samit Akaydin into the side tonight because of suspensions to others. Well, I thought he'd lost the ball to Çalhanoğlu. Referee says a substitution is going to be made, and it's going to be Memphis Depay who comes off. He's not happy about that. Not happy about being replaced at all. Ronald Koeman is angry about something as well. Memphis Depay is disgruntled at being replaced, I think we could say. And Seymour is coming off as well. It's going to be Frimpong, one of those to come on. And also coming on is Joshua Zirkzee for the first time in this championship. Didn't make the original squad, but he came in because of injuries to Koop Meiners and De Jong. And he is a man that's been linked with Manchester United in the Premier League. Here's Bardacci drifting a ball forward to the edge of the penalty area, headed away by the Dutch, who look like they're going to set up to hold on to what they've got. Here's Çalhanoğlu playing it to Güler. Güler out to the far side. Cross will come in from the right. It's gone well, just the right side of the corner flag from the Dutch perspective, because it's a throw rather than a corner. Came off Mickey van der Ven. Well, that we're seeing a replay of the cross just now that was palmed away by Verbruggen, and the shot came in and De Vries blocked it close to the line. Here's Tossen again getting in a header which goes into the side netting. Turkey are pressing. You just have the feeling though that they got too defensive in that period of the game where they gave away 2 goals. They offered the Dutch a way back into the game and they took it. Semih Kılıçsoy is also coming on. Ayhan's gone off. So Kılıçsoy is into the fray with a minute and a half of normal time remaining. Time is running out for Turkey. Ronald Koeman won this title. Oh, hits come for Gakpo. Good save. Frimpong's header to Gakpo, saved by the legs of Gunuk. I was saying that Ronald Koeman won this title in 1988 as a player. He could still win it as a manager. Tossen's gone down. And the referee says he was fouled by De Vries. So that's going to be a free kick to Turkey. Chance to put another ball in the box. Calhanoglu gets onto the ball down by the far touchline. About 25 yards from the corner flag. He can drift another ball in. Yilmaz, Tossen, and plenty more looking for the delivery. His delivery's been good in this match. Can he get this one right? In it comes. Oh, I thought it was going to reach the head of Yilmaz. Instead it came further across the box. And Aktakolu headed it wide. It was an important intervention by Mickey van der Ven because it looked as if it was going to land on Yilmaz's head. We're seeing Cody Gakpo's shot at the other end that was blocked by the knees of Gunuk. Well, we've played the 90 and there's 5 minutes of added on time. So the Dutch are 5 minutes from a semi-final with England. There'll be plenty of history in that one. England fans will remember a certain challenge by Ronald Koeman on Gary Lineker, I believe it was, during the reign of Graham Taylor, which went unpunished. Here come the Turks. Can they save it? They need a hero quickly. Here's Bardacci advancing forward, drifts one into the box. Here's a shot kept out by the hand of Verbruggen. It's a fine save. He berates his defenders. I'm not sure who got the final touch onto the shot, but it was kept out by the hand of Verbruggen. It's a fine stop. It's a corner. Calhanoglu swings the corner in, headed away to the edge of the area. Frimpong will now try and break clear. The Turks win the ball back though, and they can return it to Dutch territory. Calhanoglu on this near side, the Turkish left, spreads it to the right hand side. That was Çelik. Çelik has left it though for Aktakoglu down the line. Ball will be crossed in. Oh, came off a Dutch defender. De Vries, and behind for a corner. This is a bit of an Alamo now, late in the game. Well, I think that should be a goal kick. I don't think it's a corner at all. It's a brilliant save. It's a superb save from Kılıçsoy. That may have been Kılıçsoy's first touch of the ball that forced the save from Verbruggen. Well, he would have been a hero. It is a goal kick. Last touch came off a Turkish foot. 2.5 minutes of stoppage time remain. Is there time for one last chance for Turkey? Guller heads on. Kilikzoy. Oh, did well. Got it to Artakolu. This is a chance. Shot from Kalhanoglu, blocked by Dumfries, who goes down and wins the free kick. Good experience from Dumfries there. And Kalhanoglu is booked. Just back from missing a game because of 2 bookings. Cenk Tosun has been booked. Or maybe it wasn't Kalhanoglu then. It's a great block by Dumfries from Kalhanoglu's shot. Well, I think they were protesting that Dumfries had handled the ball after he'd slid in to clear it. Somebody on the sidelines has now been given a yellow card as well. It's come through to Gunuk. Minute and a half to go. Clears out of hands. Headed on. Hooked away by De Vries, who's had a really good game at the back for the Dutch. Through to Gunuk again, who just volleys it forward. Headed away again by Van Dijk. The Dutch just manning their posts now, trying to get rid of the ball. Here's Yilmaz. Can he take on Van der Ven? Van der Ven's quick, slides in, gets the tackle in, clears up the touchline. Anywhere will do. Gunuk comes out. Well, he saved them late in the game against Austria. Now they need a goal to take it to extra time, not to stop a goal. Artakolu floats it into the box. Referee's whistle has gone. Artakolu was offside. Time is ticking away. The Dutch are almost there. Vincenzo Montella, he was booked in that last incident. I think he was protesting that Dumfries had handled it. The Turks are now saying that the Dutch are wasting time and they want the referee to add it back on. Be interesting to see if referee Turpin will do that. Dumfries is just saying clear it long. Clear it long. We've played the 5 minutes. So now we're at the mercy of the referee. Ball is cleared long. Right down in the Turkish left-back area. The Dutch have committed a foul though. Somebody else is... Well, there's a red card been shown. There's a red card been shown to one of the Turkish backroom staff who was pointing to his watch and telling the referee the Dutch were wasting time. And the referee decided he didn't want the game refereed by someone on the sideline. And he's brandished a red card. Well, well, well. It appeared to be one of the Turkish substitutes that was heading down the tunnel. So maybe it wasn't the backroom staff after all. But the referee heard something he didn't like, or he was alerted to it by the 4th official. So drama at the end of the game. Here comes a Hail Mary ball into the Dutch penalty area. They've hooked it clear. Is the referee going to blow? He's blown. Berlin is bathed in orange. It's the Dutch who will head to the semi-final. Turkish dreams are dashed. Wout Weghorst clenches his fist and salutes the crowd. The Dutch are heading for a meeting with the English. Cenk Tosun sinks to his knees. Broken hearts amongst the Turks, who look for so long as if they'd win this game. Samet Akaydin's header in the first half from Arda Guller's delicious cross had given them the lead, and for 65 minutes they were good value for that. The Dutch though got up a little head of steam, and when a corner came in from the right, it wasn't cleared properly, it was recycled. Memphis Depay's ball in, found the head of Stefan de Vries, and the Dutch were level. And 5 minutes later, they stole in and found the winner with a ball put in from the right-hand side by Denzel Dumfries, which I'm pretty sure came off Mark Mulder rather than Cody Gakpo getting a touch. They can debate that. What mattered was the ball couldn't be kept out. The Turks mounted a late challenge. They had a couple of balls clawed to safety by Bart Verbruggen in the Dutch